Hey real progressives, it's Becky. I am the health and nutrition, one of the health and nutrition people. And last video I made was, I guess, regarding mental and physical health. This one is going to be more on nutrition. I'm hoping to maybe do like a one nutrition, one health, one nutrition, back and forth kind of pattern. And I was going to do a nutrition video last week, but I got sick. I actually filmed it right before I got sick. Yeah. And now today I look like I have my shit together. So let's hope that I actually do. Okay. So right now I'm going to do a video on the problems that I see regarding school lunch. And I actually personally didn't see any with my child. That is not to say that it is not there. And I actually looked, and I've been hearing people talk about how kids can get shamed for not paying their school lunch balances and being given a cold lunch instead of a hot lunch, and basically giving the cheese sandwich a shame, or maybe just a peanut butter sandwich or a ham sandwich or something like that, instead of being able to actually get a regular lunch. And kids actually notice that when that happens. Kids notice it. It's not a, you know, like, oh, well, we're just going to give you this and they're just not going to notice. No, they notice, and they can easily get picked on. And actually in Norfolk, which is close, that's the city where I was born, but not where I was raised. And there's a mom that actually paid off the debts of the school kids. And I'm not sure if it's the whole, she's hoping to raise more than $400 to pay off the lunch debts for the students at Ocean View Elementary. And I'm really pulling for her. I'm going to actually link the article as well as her GoFundMe page, because that's definitely something that we need to get behind. We don't need to have kids being forced to deal with the shortcomings of the school system, and definitely the shortcomings of the economy within that area and our country as a whole. I also found another article where it details the changes that the federal government is making to school lunches regarding nutrition. So, of course, in the same pattern of the current administration, President Trump has said that, and this was the article that I'm looking at. I'm going to also link it in the comments area. It was posted on May 1st, talking about how the Trump administration is rolling back the rules that Michelle Obama put forward in her healthy eating initiative. And it's sad, but at the same time, a lot of people, some people were complaining about it, saying it was not appetizing. I can't say that because I didn't eat any of the meals or anything like that. My problem, though, is that it's going along the same track of deregulation that's happening within the administration, and we're not addressing the actual issue. And if we're trying to keep kids being able to eat properly, then we need to make sure that the focus that she was trying to put in was that it can be affordable and nutritious. And there are ways to make it nutritious and appetizing. And I'm not sure why there isn't a way to do that, especially with the guy that's in the current administration. He's apparently a Georgia representative. And Georgia, we know how to cook down there, okay? So what's the problem? Not saying that some old pasty white guy from Georgia knows how to cook real food, but if you're going to be the Department of Agriculture head, can we have a little bit more support for people that, you know, are trying to eat real food? Just my thought. So, now, like I said, as a mom with a child that just started kindergarten this school year, I have not had any problems yet. Occasionally my kid will come home and ask me for some money so she can get something. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna get you some money. If you want a little cup of ice cream when you come home, I'll pay for that at a grocery store and just have it here. If you want a fruit roll up, I'll pay for it and you can just take it to school. I make her lunch, and that's in my opinion my job as the one that's at home. So I don't mind that. A lot of parents, though, don't have that luxury to do that. At least they don't think they do. In my opinion, every parent has the opportunity to do that. But like I said, situations may arise that will put, a chokehold on free time. So my only problem that I'm foreseeing with this is that there's going to be a lot more focus on corporate support in regards to child nutrition. And because if you want to put forward the initiatives to make it healthier, of course they're going to be saying, well, let's put in this corporate funder into the school system, because school systems don't really have a whole lot of financial support. So the states are going to want to have more of a kickback. If they're going to do something healthier, they're going to want some sort of incentive to be able to do that. They're going to be wanting to have the incentive to make those changes, which is stupid, because if you're going to want to feed somebody some damn food, you're going to want to do that because you want to do that, not because you're getting some sort of kickback. So basically what the article was saying is that they're going to delay the requirement of lowering the amount of sodium in meals. They're going to, waive the regulation concerning whole grain, and that instead of non-fat milk, they're just going to be able to serve 1% milk. And the schools are basically saying, well, the kids aren't wanting to eat the food, so the food's going in the trash. Which that's not completely, insane to think about. You don't want them to be so about the food that they're going to throw it out. If food waste, though, is a problem, then there has to be more work done to make sure that food waste doesn't happen, i.e. making sure that there's more focus put into what meals are presented to the children, if that makes any sense. If you want kids to enjoy the meals that they have and to be given meals that are inexpensive, there needs to be more work done. If you want to have more of a turnaround with the investment that you're putting in school lunches, then you have to make sure that what you're presenting them is a proper product. And the things that I feel that can be put into the school system that can actually help this is, one, for the kids to help make their meals, and two, for there to be more sustainability within the school lunch system. There is definitely a way to do this, and there's a way to do this right now. We can start this right now and have it be pennies on the dollar. If we have a set area within the schoolyard that is not being used for anything other than, decoration, there can be a co-op garden in the schoolyard. If there's a space in the school hall that's used for storage, it can be used for helping to show kids how to make the meals or include them in making the meals. And they can actually see how it works. This can not only help them understand where food comes from in the lunch lines, so they're not like, ooh, mystery meat. It can also help them to understand what work goes into actually bringing the food to the trays, if that makes any sense. It can help them to see that cooking isn't that difficult. it can help them to become more autonomous and see that gardening isn't that difficult. We can put more support to those that may be struggling to have their lunch money every day, and that can be a volunteer opportunity to make sure that if they can't make the money, that maybe they can put in a couple hours of, volunteering in the school lines. Although thinking about it now, it's probably going to be overused as some sort of free labor bullshit, so never mind, scratch that. But this, something can be done along those lines. And realistically, I don't think kids need to be paying for their lunches. I don't think there should be any sort of shaming for the meals. But you have to understand also that schools are very underfunded. Teachers are very underfunded. And it's the city's fault. It's the state's fault for that shit. So if you're worried about federal taxes, do yourself a favor. Worry about where your state and local taxes are going, because they're going to be more in some sort of budget than the federal taxes are. So start from the state and local governments. If you are having problems in the schools, at your job, that's the best place to look. My opinion. Sorry for rant. With the changes that the Trump administration is planning to make to the regulations regarding school nutrition, there are concerns, especially regarding the sodium levels, that he's going to be locking in basically bad nutrition habits for more, at least, 3 more years until he's out of until of course the next election, or until the policy, is cut. That is a big concern, because there is no recourse for what, he believes that the school needs to keep in place. My only issue is that regardless of if it's not in the books, if the school knows that they need to have something healthier there, they should know options. They should have options available to them to be able to make healthier lunches available. And that's what I'm saying. There has to be more investment and time put into these menus. And whoever the school nutritionist is, if you're seeing that your child is, there's options now to be able to look at your school's website to see what is available as far as eating options. And there also should be a way to contact the school nutritionist and let them know, even though there's basically they're going to loosen up the purse strings as far as the sodium is concerned, that you don't believe that the sodium level should reach above this level. And especially if you have a child or are concerned of other children that may be pre-diabetic or have heart issues, that you need to talk to your school's nutrition representative so that they know that this is an important thing to you. That's what I'm saying. We as parents have to be advocates for our kids and for the kids that we really hope to honor within our school system. To basically wrap all that up, the main things that I'm seeing are a problem is the deregulation going on within the FDA, within the Department of Agriculture, and other federal departments that, basically provide regulations for local and state schools. The states putting more focus on money than the actual nutrition and okay, so to break down everything that I've, basically just talked about into a few bullet points. So we have the deregulation going on in the federal government regarding the regulations that go towards school nutrition and also nutrition education, because of course when we grew up we had the food pyramid. That's not a thing anymore. So there needs to be more investment in making sure the school nutrition education is also up to par. There also has to be more investment from the school system themselves to make sure that the food is appetizing and healthy. And they can include the students to be able to help with that. Not just the production of the food, but also handing it out and also cleaning up, making sure that their areas are clean and that they are helping the school getting everything, clean. It's not just the job of the school employees, especially when the students are the ones that make the messes and the ones that want a clean lunchroom. I think that there should be a time for the kids to help out. And I would not mind at all if my kid helped. I actually saw a video that was in Japan. Of course, Japanese schools do better with a lot of stuff, but this here, they definitely took the cake. The kids were helping to cook. The kids were making sure everything was handed out. They were very sterile when they went to go help cook, clean, and hand out food. They broke down milk cartons to get stuff out to recycling. They took trash out. And it was one class that was, taking care of the lunches for the day. And it's not that complicated. So we have ways to be able to not only create more funds for the school, to create more support for the school, and also to help remove the stigma of the school shaming with unpaid school lunches. So it can happen, and it should happen. If you want it to happen, contact your local representative, your state representative, and definitely your federal representatives to make sure that they support these sort of initiatives that need to be going on in our government currently. It should have been going on for a long time now. But hey, we can't do anything about that, so let's go ahead and make sure that it happens going forward. All right? I think that's all I have for you today. Like I said, this one is a nutrition video, so the next video is probably going to be more health policy oriented. If you guys have any questions or have an idea for any future videos, go ahead and put it in the comments. I'm hoping that I'll be able to do one video a week. Hopefully I don't get burdened down with another cold. This bronchitis seems to be clearing up. So yeah, I didn't really cough during the video. I'm actually pretty happy. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.